The assets of Rebosis are managed by Billion Group. So there's a property management agreement between the Billion Group, Billion Property Services, a subsidiary of the Billion Group, and Rebosis. Separate arrangement, independently managed with service level agreements, etc. So all the properties of Rebosis are managed by Billion Property Services. That ranges from property management, rent collections, etc., through to facilities management, etc. Then there's a separate arrangement with Billion Asset Managers. The asset management of Rebosis is also outsourced to Billion Asset Managers. So effectively, Rebosis is an entity with assets, but everything else is managed by the Billion Group companies. Rebosis has independent board of directors, and that's really what sits in the Rebosis, the board together with the properties, and everything else, and the reporting and everything else is within the Billion Asset Managers and the Billion Property Managers. Having said that, the Billion Group, on the other hand, is a development company. And the idea is that because Rebosis doesn't take development risk, that Billion would continue to develop assets in its own right and for its own accord, but more so assets that fit the Rebosis profile or criteria of properties that they would look at. Hence, there is an arrangement where Rebosis has the first right of refusal to all the Billion Group developments. So as and when Billion Group decides to sell its assets to third parties, it has to first approach Rebosis, and only in the event that they cannot reach an agreement on price that the Billion Group can then go out to market.